Hello, I'm Danny the Teach. This is Beauty Manifested, and I just came out of meditation, and so I was thinking. So I have another video here on my channel about the overly considerate person and how over consideration of others people's can sometimes lead to overthinking and coming up with things that don't exist. And basically, I painted it as a negative thing, but I was just thinking about experiences with friends and how good it feels when someone goes out of their way for you and you don't have to ask. And so in a lot of instances, it's great, especially if this person's close to you, but even for anyone. So what you need to know is people don't like to ask for help, at least good people. Of course, there's predators out here, but good people don't like to ask for help. They don't like to inconvenience you and things like that. And so sometimes they have a problem that you can help with, and they just don't know how to ask. And so I really think that it's a beautiful thing if you're someone who takes initiative in your relationships. If you assess a need that someone else has had and you know that you could fulfill without it being too much of an inconvenience where it's going to be it's going to set you back in some way, then you should reach out to help. So I have an example, and I feel kind of embarrassed saying this because I don't want to be oh my God, I'm such a good person. But so I have a really close friend. I love her to death. She's my sister. We just got close this year, and I just met her last year, and she's only been in the US for 2 years. So, I mean, we've gotten really close really fast, and we bonded over yoga, and she doesn't drive, which is actually one of my favorite things about her. She's such a feminine goddess. I just love her to death. And so we had a slumber party, and in the morning while she was showering, I was looking at her to-do list, which she has posted on her fridge. And one of the things was groceries. And I know she doesn't drive, but I wasn't thinking about the fact that she doesn't drive. But basically, I knew she needed groceries. And then we went out and we did a bunch of stuff that day. We went to a coffee shop, we went to lunch, girl stuff, work from home day. And then I saw across the street that there was a grocery store right there. So I asked her, hey, do you need to run any errands while we're out? I see there's a grocery store across the street. And she was like, that would be great. And I was like, yeah, I saw it on your fridge. And she was so happy, and I was so happy to help. And then we went to Whole Foods and we picked up a few things, but they didn't have all the things that she needed. And she's like, oh, I'll just order the rest on Amazon. But I was like, well, I mean, I didn't even say anything, but I was thinking in my head, I was like, well, we're going to pass a Walmart on the way home. There's a Walmart right across the street from her house. So that we'll just stop at Walmart and get the stuff that they didn't have at Whole Foods. Because, some stuff like cleaning supplies doesn't make sense to get at Whole Foods because it's overpriced. So we stopped at Walmart and then we got some things, and we got all the deals. We were budget girls, and then I still got home and was able to do my job. It felt so good for me to be able to help make her week easier, spend time with her in a productive way, because I'm someone who likes to be productive. I get drained by relationships where I feel all we do is just hang out or just basically waste time. We're not doing anything constructive. Can we at least work together or run errands together or do therapy together? We got to exercise together. I like to be constructive, network together, something. It's the Virgo in me. So I was so happy to be able to help. And obviously she didn't need to get groceries, but she would have never asked because she didn't want to feel like a burden. And the same thing with rides. She doesn't drive, but I love picking her up and I love us riding and showing up places together. So I usually will always give her a ride, but she's created such a space because she doesn't ask that if for some reason it's more convenient for me to meet her there or something, sometimes she just Ubers and meets me. So I'm giving all the business of this friendship, but I love this girl so much, and it just felt so good for me to be able to do something to help her. And so I was thinking about that, and I'd like to show up in that way for all of my relationships. If I see there's a need that I can fill, I want to take initiative and do that. I want to be of service to my community. I want to be in my community, or the friends and family that I've collected for myself, my neighbors who I have befriended. I want to be of service. So if there's something I can do and it doesn't trouble me too much, I want to do that. And I also want to be a highly efficient person who makes the most of her time, because I did a phone detox over the weekend, so I didn't have my phone at all. And literally, I got so much done. I couldn't believe it. And I still had so many hours at the end of the day. And normally, like, my day is so crazy. I'm just like running out of hours at the end of the day. I can't get to sleep at a decent time. I'm just like doing a bunch of nothing, honestly. And so, like, without my phone, I felt like you remember like those like PTO moms who were literally like little squirrels or something? Like, they would clean, they would cook, they would manage their kids' schedule, help with homework, do this, do that, get the cheer practice, soccer practice, blah, 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 like all this stuff. And then still be like, hello, how are you doing? Like, how did they do that? And I feel like it's because we were less dependent on technology. We didn't have like smartphones that we just scroll all day long. And it just gives you so many hours in a day. So like, this is a little realization about digital minimalism, about being a good citizen / friend / daughter / whatever, like honoring your relationships, pouring into your relationship, and being of service to others. Those are the topics of this video. I love you guys. Be blessed. I know I said a lot and I talked with my hands a lot, but if you stayed in this long, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know you were here. I appreciate you so much. Like, I just feel so grateful. Like, I love making these videos because I get so many crazy ideas. So to be able to like come speak on it is amazing. I almost have 100 subscribers, and like, to some people that might not be a lot, but I feel so proud. I'm like gonna have a whole freaking party once I hit 100. Like, I'm just so excited. I love you. I love you. I love you. Be blessed. Stay beautiful.